Does a school nurture future leaders or does it breed demons? It's a chilling question, but one that demands our attention. Schools ideally are meant to be a safe haven for learning and growth, but the harsh reality illustrates a disturbing trend. Bullying, a pervasive menace, is now a commonplace occurrence in schools worldwide. Consider this. In a study published in the Journal of School Violence, 1 in 5 students reported being a victim of bullying. That's an alarming statistic, and it begs the question, where does this issue stem from? Some point fingers at the children, but the true root of the problem lies within the educators and the educational system. The victims and the perpetrators of bullying are both casualties of this issue. Attempts have been made to combat bullying through legal education, martial arts training, and self-defense techniques. But these are merely defensive tactics, incapable of addressing the root cause. Winning this war against bullying requires a return to traditional moral education, equipping children with the moral compass handed down by our ancestors, transforming them into angels, and not just preventing them from becoming demons. Let's reflect on some case studies from history. In 2006, an elderly man was hit by a car in Nanjing. The Good Samaritan, Peng Yu, who helped him up, was falsely accused of causing the accident and was subsequently forced to compensate the victim. The incident exposed the gaps in our moral education, yet the significance was overlooked. Fast forward to 2011, a toddler named Yue was run over by a car in Foshan, Guangdong, and no one offered assistance until a garbage collector came to her aid. This incident was another glaring example of our eroding moral ground. And now, we have the case of 3 underage students in Handan who murdered a classmate, destroyed the evidence, and then calmly returned to school. This incident has further diminished our moral threshold. If the tragic death of Xiao doesn't awaken our urgency for moral education, are we doomed to revert to a society where might makes right? A towering tree begins as a tiny seedling, and a 9-foot platform starts from a mound of earth. This ancient wisdom reminds us that egregious behaviors don't develop overnight. Consequently, educating children should not rely on swift and severe measures. It's high time we revived traditional moral education, ensuring a stable and peaceful society. For the sake of our children, isn't this effort worthwhile? So let's not wait for another tragedy to strike. Let's take a stand now, support the revival of moral education. We owe it to our children, we owe it to our future. Remember, it's not just about preventing them from becoming demons, it's about guiding them to become angels. As the screen fades in from black, we are introduced to Mr. Fan Lin, an esteemed educator and proponent of reviving moral education. Over the backdrop of a serene classroom setting, his voice echoes, "April, a time of rebirth and growth, is symbolic of our mission to nurture our students' moral compass. In this month, as the cherry blossoms bloom, we must remember that each child, like a flower, needs the right environment to flourish." A montage of students engaged in various moral education activities fills the screen as Mr. Lin continues, "We are not just teaching them academics, but also instilling values of respect, empathy, and kindness. These are the seeds we plant in the fertile minds of our children in April and throughout the year." As we transition to a scene of a peaceful schoolyard, Mr. Lin concludes, "Moral education is not a one-time lesson, but a lifelong journey. Let us commit to this journey for our children, for our future." The scene ends with a powerful image of a child helping another up from a fall, embodying the spirit of moral education.